The headlights of the old Chevy pierced through the thick fog, casting long, unsettling shadows over the skeletal branches lining the driveway. As Michael and Jessica pulled up to the mansion, the towering silhouette of the house loomed above them, shrouded in an eerie, suffocating stillness. Jessica glanced at Michael, her voice low and unsteady. "Are you sure about this?" she asked. "This place, it feels wrong." Michael swallowed hard. The faded letter from his uncle crumpled in his fist. He didn't answer right away. Instead, his gaze lingered on the peeling paint of the front door and the flicker of movement in an upstairs window. "The house is yours now, but beware of what hides within," the letter had said. Finally, he spoke, his words betraying a confidence he didn't feel. "We just need to check it out. Then we can go." Jessica hesitated but followed as Michael opened the car door. The gravel crunched beneath their boots, each step amplified in the oppressive silence. As they approached the porch, the boards groaned under their weight, the sound echoing like a wounded cry. The door, oddly ajar, seemed to invite them in with a sinister intent. Jessica paused at the threshold, a shiver running down her spine. "Wait, do you hear that?" Michael frowned. "Hear what?" She leaned closer, her voice dropping to a whisper. "It's like someone breathing, watching us." He shook his head. "Come on, it's just your imagination." But as they stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind them. Bang! A forceful, violent sound that made them jump. Jessica grabbed his arm, her nails digging into his skin. "Michael, that wasn't the wind." Before he could respond, a faint whisper crowed through the air, chilling and indistinct, yet unmistakably there. It seemed to come from the walls, the floor, the very shadows themselves. The portraits lining the hallway stared down at them, their painted eyes following their every move. Michael forced a laugh, though it faltered. "Old Bowses, make noises," he said, his voice tight. Jessica didn't reply. She didn't need to. They both knew this wasn't the wind. "Welcome to Dark Whispers, where forgotten shadows and chilling secrets come alive. I'm Henry, and tonight we venture into the heart of the Whispering House, a place where nightmares linger and reality fades. Buckle in, because this is a story that might just follow you to bed. Let's begin." Jessica's footsteps echoed faintly as she wandered into the library. Dust motes swirled in the dim light, and the air smelled of decay and forgotten years. She trailed her fingers over the spines of the books until her hand paused on an ancient, weathered journal resting on the center table. The name scrawled on the cover read, "Catherine Hart." Opening it, Jessica's heart began to race as she skimmed the entries. Fragmented ramblings of despair and forewarning. The whispers, they grow louder each night. It promises freedom, but demands sacrifice. We are nothing but pawns in his game. Her breath hitched as she reached the last, hastily scribbled note. "If you find this, leave. Burn the house, but don't open the basement door." Upstairs, Michael stood frowning before a painting. He could have sworn the woman in the portrait had just turned her head. That night, Michael found the basement door, bound in rusted chains and marked with cryptic symbols that seemed to pulsate faintly in the dark. Jessica's voice trembled as she stood behind him. "Michael, don't. It's sealed for a reason." He shook his head, the journal's warning all but forgotten. "What if it's just some old superstition? We need to know." "No, we don't," she said, clutching his arm. "Let's just leave." But Michael's curiosity won. He pried open the chains, each metallic clang echoing like a tolling bell. The moment the door creaked open, an icy wind surged past them, carrying the stench of rot and something ancient. Jessica stumbled backward. "Michael, shut it, please." Before she could finish, a deep, guttural whisper erupted from the void. Low and menacing, a shape began to materialize, dark, shifting, with glowing amber-like eyes. "You," it hissed, its voice curling like smoke around them. "You freed me." The creature's presence pressed down on them, its voice filling every corner of the house. "One stays," it commanded. "One leaves. Choose, or both will suffer." Michael's mind raced, panic tightening his chest. "There must be another way," he pleaded. The entity laughed, a chilling, echoing sound. "There is no escape, only payment." Tears streamed down Jessica's face. "I'm not leaving you, Michael. We'll fight this thing together." But Michael knew there was no fighting it. Michael turned to her, his voice breaking. "Go, Jess. You have to go." "No," she cried, grabbing his hands. "I can't." "You have to," he yelled, forcing her toward the door. "Please, just run." The creature's shadowy tendrils began wrapping around him. Jessica stumbled to the doorway, tears blurring her vision. As the entity dragged Michael into the abyss, he locked eyes with her one last time. "I love you. Run." The house trembled, its very foundations groaning as Jessica bolted into the night. Behind her, the structure collapsed in on itself, swallowed by darkness. Jessica survived, but she would never truly escape. Every night, as she closed her eyes, the whispers returned, Michael's voice interwoven with the entity's sinister laughter. Years later, standing before what remained of the mansion, Jessica whispered into the cold air, "I'll find you, Michael. I promise." But deep down, she knew some doors can never be closed. That was the Whispering House, a chilling tale of sacrifice, love, and an evil that refuses to die. I'm Henry, and this was another descent into darkness. Until next time, sleep with the lights on.